We also love our legal expert. He is Mr. Jeremy Rosenthal. Good morning, Jeremy.
Good morning, Simon. How are you?
I am fantastic. Thank you very much for asking. The BBC is getting sued, but I have a really important question about this. Are they going to get sued by the president in the United States or in the UK? Because if it's in the UK, he can forget about $1 billion.
Well, I guess if I'm his lawyer, I'm going to say, let's go where we can get a little more money here. That's kind of your lawyer's job, isn't it? But yes, this lawsuit. So Donald Trump has sued a handful of news outlets over the last year. So this one, he's got a little more of a gripe here. They've admitted that they spliced a comment that he made. It was at the January 6th, the speech that he made there. And they took one phrase from about an hour before and connected it with another phrase that was about an hour later, made it sound like it was one sentence. And the issue there is what we call, or what's called actual malice, right? I think everybody's heard of that. You've read New York Times versus Sullivan, yes, Simon?
Oh, of course. I keep a copy in the bathroom.
Right. Where yes, you keep it in a nicer place than most. But yes, so the issue is did we do it on purpose? And the other issue is this worth $1 to $5 billion? Right. One of Trump's problems here is that when you can't argue that this cost me the election when you won the election, right? So this is kind of in the past when he's brought some of these lawsuits. Some of a little strong army, right, that he's trying to force a settlement. He got one from ABC. I believe he got one from CBS in 60 Minutes. BBC so far has kind of indicated they're going to stand their ground.
Going to be interesting. I mean, I think this is actually, of all the ones he sued over, I think this is actually the most outrageous one of all, because they made him look like he was calling for violence when he actually called for literally the exact opposite. So I think he has a pretty good case. Me speaking as a non-lawyer, I think he's got a pretty good case here. It's going to be interesting to watch how that one plays out. Meanwhile, Jim Comey, the judge, already weighing in on the Department of Justice.
Yeah, this one's kind of bad news for the administration here. So Lindsay Halligan was an insurance lawyer, Trump's personal attorney, had never gone into a grand jury before. They pulled the grand jury transcript. And it looks like she made some comments to the grand jury, which are in all likelihood going to nullify the indictment. What reported by the magistrate judge, what's said is that one of the jurors asked about Comey testifying in his trial, and she said, well, in his trial, he will have to take the stand and testify, which is absolutely incorrect. Any criminal defendant in the United States has the absolute right to remain silent, whether you're accused of stealing a pack of bubble gum, whether you're OJ or anywhere in between. The defendant has the absolute right to remain silent, and you can't put him on the witness stand, even just to invoke that right. Apparently she made a comment that, look, we don't have all of our evidence with us today, but we do have a good case, and you are authorized under the law to indict him without seeing the evidence and just understanding that we've got it somewhere. If Miss Halligan said those, this case is done. There's no court in the world that's going to rescue her from that.
Yeah.
And non-lawyer here, me. I know that's not true.
Right. Yeah. So
maybe this is why ZipRecruiter keep writing to me.
Yeah. That's right. They know you. Yeah. Look, but this was her first time in front of a grand jury, and this is why you don't do that. This is why you get experienced people in the right spots, and so I don't know entirely the dynamics behind it. I know that there were some resignations in advance of it, but they had a week to go right before the statute of limitations ran. So when you're gonna, this is what happens when you do a rush job, and it's like anything else in this world, whether it's plumbing, whether it's making breakfast, when you slap it all together at the last second, it could fall apart.
Okay, well, Jeremy Rosenthal is our legal expert. Thank you very much. A couple of very interesting stories here this morning from you. You have yourself a good and safe rest of the day and a very happy